Y-Combinator is pretty world-renowned. And are they doing nonsense things? I don't know. This is nonsense. Wallet. Okay, enterprise grade, security, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. How is making a presentation for my 21st birthday related to Wall Street? Why don't you just promote these two things? The thing that I hate the most for all the AI startups today. Ironically, everything today is about something plus AI, like the dot-com 25 years ago. I really wish that we can get over this ASAP. What's going on here? I still don't know how to play this game yet. Everyone, my name is Carl Liu. I am director of product management at a top SaaS company. And I've been doing product management in data, B2B, in gaming, online ads for more than 15 years. I find myself very interested in giving critiques. So I've recorded a video of how I navigate through products, websites, startups, business plans, and talk this through. And for the first edition, I am going to take a look at YC, pretty world-renowned incubator. Ever selected by YC, it's already a big endorsement on the capability of the company and the future. See a lot of big names, you Stripe, Airbnb, Reddit, Rippling. They do have a higher chance of continuous success. But this is just one perspective. Of course, a lot of startups who did not go through YC, but actually are equally successful or even more. What I find interesting is going through the company list. And the first thing is understand the market. What's going on in the market? What are people doing? What are the interesting things that people are tackling? And are they doing nonsense things? Or are they actually working on something meaningful? What I'm going to do today is select a few startups from this list, go through them, talk through the things, and share my perspectives. Let's pick a random one out of the first one, SpotPay. It's an interesting name, close to $, doing something related to money. Cross-border personal finance on stable coins. A global borderless neobank, I don't know what it is. I mean, that's pretty much what all the blockchain company has been doing for a decade. Want to give user one account that works for everything. It sounds interesting, but the immediate thing that come up to my mind, this is what Bitcoin and all these crypto promised. How is this one different? That's my question in mind. Here's the CEO, right? I don't know how I pronounce his name, but this guy, he was an engineer, later become a PM at Google. And their CTO also from Google, so they know each other there. He grew up in Caribbean, Latin America, has firsthand experience about how bad, unsafe to move money around and pay. He is a athlete. Interesting, running against Bolt. Okay, interesting. Sounds very legit, very legit. And also he's my alumni, Stanford MBA engineer. Let's look at their website first. I'm a B2B product director. I am very interested in UI and overall storytelling, how the business model works. Global payments, local love. And my immediate thing is just like, how is that related to AI? We help people safely receive and pay. Money doesn't get, depreciated. It doesn't fluctuate. How is that related to AI? I don't understand. Okay, so I can spend this. I don't know. This is nonsense. I mean, everyone claim it. You can buy and spend things on Bitcoin. Fluctuates a lot. You can exchange other currency. I don't know. Manage with the AI. Suggest savings. Why do I need you to suggest? I don't get it. Skip the line. International transfer. Okay. Wallet. Okay. Enterprise grade, security, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. I don't know what was the rationale behind YC to get them in the game. But looking at what it is right now, I just don't get anything. I don't get any differentiator. I've seen so many fintech companies trying to do the same thing. Unfortunately, hasn't really resolved it. If I'm a drug dealer, of course, I would buy Bitcoin. And because the profit margin is so big, I don't care the fluctuation. All I care is just move the money around. It's an interesting company, but something that really catch my eye. Not really. Okay, let's move on to the next. Today, I feel like fintech. Let's do O11. That's an interesting name. O11. Ocean 11? AI platform for capital market firms. That's very generic. They're doing SaaS. They're trying to figure out some problems for the financial industry, for the Wall Street, I guess. Brings bulge, speed, and output quality to capital market firms of any size. Integrate into every Microsoft tool. Interesting. So are you a fintech or you productivity tool. Okay. So are you guys are serving equity research firms in Wall Street? I don't know. We need to take a deeper look. Okay, the CEO, he founded a bunch of things. Okay, you're only 19-year-old taking a leave of absence for a very hands-on and execution focused and smart kid. 4 times founder. Okay, sure. Take a look at the website. AI workspace inside. Serving the Wall Street, of course. Click on that. Ask me for a login. I'm not feeling like I want to give my credential today. Website. They have a pretty decent taste. I'm not sure about the font. This pretty standard arrow font combined with this fancy font over here. I do like an animation. I do like they're showing some demo here. The first thing is about PowerPoint. Of course, Wall Street. Everyone has to know PowerPoint, creating fancy PowerPoint, AI powered, blah, blah, give some prompt, it generates. But how is making a presentation for my 21st birthday related to Wall Street? Enterprise Excel tools. Wall Street needs Excel for sure. Transform your financial modeling with AI. I guess the first question that I would ask without even logging is just how credible this tool is. You guys are tackling not just PowerPoint, right? PowerPoint is text to visualization, text to formatting, fine. You're tackling Excel, so you're gonna take care of like macros. You're going to take care of the data. You don't have hallucination in the data set. You do data analysis. My first reaction, just like you guys cover really a huge broad variety of things. And as a client, I just feel like as a 2-person startup, really do you have that much expertise in knowing how we actually do things today? That's a little bit of concern from my side. Of course, Word, 30 seconds, 30-page memo, blah, blah, blah. All these things are to be offered by Google Workplace, Notion, like all these things. Change the tone, perform drafting, blah, blah, blah. This is not appealing to me. No. Unlimited files, content. Analyze any amount of documents within Microsoft 365. What does that even say? Citation, reference. Okay, I like this one. Citation and reference is definitely a pin. Forgot about token limits. Okay, so I can pretty much input anything, whatever length you'll be able to process it. That's a huge thing. Why don't you just promote these 2 things? It integrated with a lot of tools, of course. You have all these productivity tools. Choose your plan. Come on. All right, this is the thing that I hate the most for all the AI startups today, because you offer subscription. You give a 7-day free trial. And this is where the user conversion actually, like that cliff happens. There's a better way to offer the pricing for this. It is a trap for me to subscribe to something. For example, I use a tool. I pay through Apple Pay, and I just need to use it once. And after that, I'm going to cancel it. And of course, a lot of times I forget to cancel, and they keep charging me like Adobe PDF because I need to add something. And so they keep charging me for a year. But there's no user retention. This pricing model is designed to create stable cash flow. What I really like to see is that you offer it free. I can use the feature. And I use the feature to some degree. If I'm fully convinced, I'm not going to subscribe to just a month. I'm going to subscribe to a year, to a license, or something that I can use forever. For the beginner user, free trial makes sense. For the fully convinced user, I want a license that I can buy. For some user in between, I think you need to do something smarter. Right? This is a pitfall of today's pricing model on the internet. So the feedback that I will give it, I don't know how it's tied to fintech. So the message is not very strong to me. Not very strong. Let's take another one, Constellation. This is very interesting. Based in Seattle. I want to take a look. It is in aerospace plus AI. Ironically, everything today is about something plus AI. It's just like the .com 25 years ago, but I really wish that we can get over this ASAP. Interesting. So they have 4 founders, which makes sense. It is aerospace is a pretty big domain, quite a bit of budget if your scope is pretty big. So CEO actually worked at SpaceX before NASA, so very specialized in aerospace. No mentioning on what their background is. I'm just curious. This guy looks pretty young. Interesting. He looked at Blue Origin, software engineer, the upgrades. What a CEO, this guy. Cameron, SpaceX software engineer. Okay, a recent grad as well. So as an investor, the question I have is just like the aerospace is a very, very deep and established industry. It's not like regular software. It works a lot of like expertise and network. So they will have to bring an advisor to the picture and help them navigate through the depth of this industry. OS, okay, operating system. I don't know what that means. They use telemetry, environmental telemetry predict. Okay, so link failure before they happen. Okay, so they use data to predict if a satellite will have some connection issue. They're doing some predictive analysis. They can reduce the cost of data loss. This is very interesting. I do like it. And the website looks very clean and futuristic. I'm a design person. I have a very, very strong emphasis on taste. Mission assurance for space. They're solving some problem. If there's a disconnect when you're doing rocket launch, what's going on here? It is important to predict. I agree. Well, ingest data. Number 2, predict data. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Just standard data pipeline operation. You get a lot of data coming in. We call it telemetry from satellites, from all these ground stations, all the data, and you predict minutes before, 5 minutes, 50. Okay, 90% accuracy. Okay, so how you measure that? And you do act, right? That's pretty much standard data products. I'm a professional data product director, scuba engineer from NASA Blue Origin Space. They do have a very strong background, but my concern is like all these engineers have very few years in the game. You won't be able to identify unless you work in the industry for quite a bit of time. I think that my biggest question right now is how you train your model, how you validate your model, how you predict. Space launch, or even just any kind of like satellite operation, it requires a lot of like focus. Equipment is very expensive. If there's a false positive, it's understandable. And this really ties back to the classic prediction model, right? So for example, I've been working on like term prediction. We run the same thing, even for like self-driving cars. The problem is the long tail distribution of those target events. Because they happen so rare, it will be really hard for you to get the corresponding training data to refine your model. Because 98% of your training data and your observations, everything works fine. In order to collect that 1% of data, you have to observe enough window in terms of time horizon, in terms of breadth. So if you think about self-driving car, that much incident or accidents, much like when you're even like for Waymo or for Cruise, first of all, they don't want to see accident happen. Second thing is that in order to refine their model, make their model, they have to collect a lot of accident data. It becomes a dilemma. And at the same for this company, how do you collect your data if those like target events are so rare? How would you able to optimize your model so that when that thing is happening, your model can just identify it? This is a very, very hard thing. They will have a pretty challenging data problem. If they tackle it successful, this is kind of a very, very big game changer, but they need to validate and improve themselves. That's going to take quite a bit of time. It's not as simple just like a data play. It requires a lot of collaboration, persuasion, upfront investment just to secure that data set. Every company nowadays treat data as their asset. It's a good storytelling, but I'm pretty sure that they can refine their storytelling more. I want to see them have someone more senior on board to prove that they're going to the right direction. Let's pick the last one for today. Strategy platform, Pax Historia. What is this? They're doing a game, a sandbox game, alternate history sandbox game. Players choose a country at a moment in time, rewrite the course of history. Very interesting. What if Rome ever fell? What if Soviet Union survived? What if alien invented Earth? Creating a tech startup. Oh, yeah, I love it. I love this one. And it's very interesting, very interesting. How did they get to YC? Virgin Tech, just recent grad. Interesting. Yeah, generative AI plus gaming alternative history. It's a gaming company. Okay, welcome to PAX Historia Alpha. Get started. Okay. I like that you let me continue as a guest. I love it. Right. This is a lot of startups where they just ask for my login. And I don't want to do it because then I get a lot of spam emails and spam messages and get PII leaked. I don't want to do it. But if you can give me like preview or even just let me use it, you create a proxy user. And the next time I go here, remember me and keep playing. That will be a huge, huge conversion boost. World full, we shall never surrender. What does the number mean? Number of users who've done that? Is this a user-generated community? Let's open it. Small project. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, who do you want to play? Well, I'm from China, so let's play as People's Republic of China. Bit, keep it normal. Start a game. See how it's okay. I start playing Swish. Okay, so he's something going on here. I still don't know how to play this game yet. But precision is nations. Well, I'm sorry. Okay, well, something wrong is going on. But I do like the concept of history game. It's I think I cater towards some users. I wouldn't comment on the game logic. I used to work at Niantic. I'm not a expert. This probably have to ask my colleagues. Again, in our AI, gaming is very good industry. It creates a continuous flow for users to actually dive in, and user-generated content can expand the game, right, exponentially. It's very promising. The one thing that to call out is just like if you're position yourself into a gaming company, essentially producing a game, then your valuation changes accordingly. I used to work at Niantic and we sold the Pokemon Go business last year. And Niantic has been struggling, to position itself as, is it a tech company or is it a gaming company? Because the tech company valuation could be way higher than the gaming company. So keep that in mind. But I do like the concept. Good luck. All right. So we've done 5 companies from the winter 2005 batch. And again, there's a long list. We randomly select 5 from the list. I feel like the founders insurance has been going down, like we see like younger founders more than before. And I think this makes sense, right? Because in the AI world, anyone can create things easily. If you're doing a B2C product, a lot of times it's about how you can win the heart from your customers. It's just that simple. That you're creating a habit, a behavior, or even truly winning their trust, their heart. They stick with you, right? But if that's about a B2B business, then we have to go into the deeper economics. Your tool can actually help the business to become more successful or help the department within the business to be more successful. It's too early to say which company will be successful or not. And again, we haven't looked into their funding and their execution yet, but it's very interesting to see what's going on. So thank you, everyone. I'd love to do deeper dive next time as well. So if you're interested, subscribe to my channel. We'll see you next time.